our interview gotta be in black and white too.
Black and white?
Black and white this shit.
We gonna do it.
Make this a classic. It's too much bullshit going on right here.
Woke up early, had no weed, I had to smoke me a roach. Pull up pimpin' for the plug, I know just where to go. Give a fuck about no hater, and
I like to put the stuff in mind.
slide right through Decatur. We had live on a Sunday, they hit Magic City Monday. And this ain't no bow out challenge, got the jet on the runway.
The last time I was supposed to go, I
You don't
grew
want
up.
no off-white sneakers.
Yo, what's going on, world? This is your boy Najee from RapRadar.com. And today I have a very special guest, man. This brother right here seated, man, I call him a legend, man. We've been doing this for a while. This is almost a 20-year career we at right now. He's buzzing online, dropping some records. That Green Light 6 is on the way. I got my man, Shad Morris, also known as Bow Wow. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on? What's up, fellas? Y'all good?
Yeah, man. We got the crew back here. You know what I'm saying? Spectating.
No doubt.
What's going on with you, man? Got you in New York. This run out here.
Absolutely. And I gotta say thank you, man, for bringing me here. I've been to a few cigar shops, but this is the first time where I'm sitting down smoking a cigar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna get smooth, get right. It's Cigar Talk. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta. Well, first of all, I gotta thank you for coming because you kind of got this love-hate relationship with the media, man. You know what I'm saying? The way things kind of go on. What's that about? Like,
it's just, for me, it's all about just taking my power back, as far as just making sure, it's all good, just making sure that the things that I want out there are getting out there instead of the bullshit, instead of the who are you dating, what was you doing last night? It's like, nah, man, let's get to the work, So for me, I want to sit down with people who are credible,
right.
Journalists that are really doing their job and taking it serious and is doing it the right way, I just hate like the blog type stuff as far as like the gossipy stuff, the things that the women like to read in the nail salons and the made up stuff that I'm not for that. That's not what I'm here to do. So for me, it's just about taking my brand back and, putting myself in the right situations to make sure that, like you said, you consider myself a young legend, a GOAT. So I feel if that's the case, then I should be doing things of such to make me get that look off. So,
do you see that in the knowledge? Because it's funny, I had a conversation with some of the homies like,
no,
is Bow Wow a legend? Like,
I don't, because it's me and I've been doing the work. So for me, it's all about just doing the work and letting the people decide that. I'm starting to hear it a lot now as I'm 31, and I see it a lot that my fans are getting older, and it's like my generation is now considered the new generation.
Right.
And they grew up with me, and I gave my fans in my era a lot, whether it's music, whether if it's performing on stage with Madonna at the Grammys. I was just looking at that picture today.
Dog.
I'm like, I could have never dropped nothing. I would have considered myself a GOAT, just the fact that I brought Madonna out. We opened the Grammys. So I've been blessed, and I've been fortunate to be a part of a lot of great things. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, like you said, you've had this full career. We're still going. You dropped this Drunk Off Ciroc record, had them internet streets buzzing, going crazy. I feel like this is the first time in a while I heard you that open, bro. Like, just on a level where you just kind of exposing, like, giving.
Yeah. I think that it's not the first time, but I think it's the first time that people heard me say like names.
Yeah.
The first time you heard me say like Jermaine, or you heard me say Chris, or you heard me say a name. Whereas, I've done records like Out of My System where people knew who it was about, but it was more of a subliminal type of record, but people knew who it was about. But this is the first time where I'm actually being blunt and open, and you don't have to think too much. It's like, whoa.
Right.
And that's one thing I respect in hip hop. Like, whether if it's a diss record or you're gonna mention somebody, just say the name. Like, that's something that people love to hear. If you're gonna do a diss record, say the name. So for me, I'm just all about, just stating facts and just saying the names.
That's so we gotta address a couple of facts here that you threw in on the record. Like the first one, I know we caught the I left Cash Money. You know what I mean? Went back to the home team. So now obviously Birdman has had his financial situations displayed all over the media, and how just was that situation for you? Just the whole Cash Money situation you were in.
For me, it was a great learning experience because I got a chance to actually be put in a situation where I looked right, nobody was there. I looked left, no one was there. It was all about you. You get to work. Nothing's handed out over there. That's the one good thing that I needed. I needed to.
Like they let you rock, meaning like you just do.
Ain't nobody about to help you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody about to help you over here.
Right.
You gonna do it on your own. I needed that. That's what made me a better writer. Started making me kind of a better lyricist. I started really taking my time. And my business with Stunner was good. I had nothing bad to say about Birdman. I never had to do none of the stuff that you see a lot of past Cash Money artists have to go through, whether that's, legal things like that. But Stunner always took care of me, always made sure I was paid. Took care of my tour bus when I went on tour, me and Chris Brown. I have nothing bad to say. I think that, through life you might have different experiences with different people. Like I can have a woman tell you, oh my God, he was the worst man ever.
Right.
But my new girl gonna tell you, well, bitch, who was you dating?
That's a fact.
Because he is amazing.
Right.
We do this, we do this, we do this. So
perspective.
Exactly. So my relationship with Stunner and us having business, our business was perfect.
But were you hesitant, like knowing
No.
all of the stuff that was going on?
Nah, because he gave me my money up front. I'm like,
Secure the bag.
man,
You know what I mean?
man,
Secure the
listen,
bag.
I will never forget when I signed my contract. I moved to Miami, right? Because that's where we all live.
Yeah.
I wanted to be there, and my mom said, "Go ahead and go down to the bank. It's there." And I remember going downtown. Man, this was like one of the biggest banks I think I've been. Like one of them real banks, like how the movies be. Like they be robbing the bank. Yeah, like the ones downtown.
And all that,
Yeah, not the little ones, but the big one where you got the steps you got to walk up and shit.
Right.
And I remember just going in there and them just bringing that shit out in a case. I went right to the house. I think that's probably the most money. I never said it.
How much you touched?
Oh, it was 6 figures in cash. That was probably the most, like, because I do everything the right way. I'm more of a keep everything in the bank. I'm a credit dude. So that was like the most cash I ever had on me at one time.
Right.
And I just kept it in like my Louis Vuitton. The money I got when I picked up from the bank, I went right to the Louis Vuitton store and bought me a Louis Vuitton trunk.
Yeah.
And I bought it, and it cost like $7,500. So I blew $7,500 just to put my money in something.
That's some real stuff shit.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I still got my suitcase. I
So,
love my case.
Bro, like I said, is when we say legend, right? That's a testament to just the longevity in a 20-year career, right? Like you've been a millionaire since like 13 years old, dog.
Yes.
That's not normal. You saying it like it's, you know what I'm saying? How does that feel? Like just like knowing like as a childhood star, right? Like that's different than
Yeah, but when you're a kid, you really don't care. You're just more concerned about getting video games and getting free stuff. I really wasn't thinking about money. I wasn't thinking about nothing. I was just like, oh, okay, I get to rap and travel the world. I was more interested in meeting all my favorite basketball players I ever wanted to meet.
Right.
I was more interested in that.
Iverson, AI.
Yeah, all day. I was into stuff like that. I really didn't care about the money. And of course, when you get money, it's easy to make it. It's harder to keep it. Like you can make money like it's nothing, but to keep it is the real test. So of course, like any young kid, I went through a bag quick.
Move it out.
Oh yeah, cars. I wanted cars. I wanted jewelry. And for me, I'm glad I got it out the way early because now, all I have to do now is just make it, stack it, invest it, and watch it grow. Because I done had every car. I don't really want cars. They lose value. I mean, men, we love our vehicles. But like now, I'm so smart with it. Like when I moved to New York, I remember going to the 4040, and Jay was in there that night. I remember it was Hove and Pekaz and everybody in the big boy room, and they were smoking their cigars.
Shout out to Pekaz.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Shout out Pete. Okay. Yeah. And I'll never forget going into one of the private rooms, and my boys like, you need to go in there and holler at Jay-Z. I'm like, the fuck I look like going in there and holler at Jay? He said, man, Jay, man, your pops is Jermaine Dupree. The connection is there. What the fuck are you, like, what are you scared of?
Yeah.
And I said, all right, I go in there. So I go in there, and I said, yo, man. Hov was like, man, how you doing? You good? You enjoying the city? I know you just, taking over BET. You enjoying yourself? I'm like, yeah, man, just, getting this money. And, it was always a dream to just, get driven in a Rolls Royce while living in Manhattan. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
And Jay-Z looked at me and said, what? I said, nah, like, I want to get a Rolls Royce. I want a Rolls. I want to get driven in Manhattan. I want to feel like.
Yeah.
He said, why? Go get you a black Escalade. Get you a driver. What you need that for?
Right.
And this is Jay.
This is whole facts. How did that change your perspective when you heard that?
I got one car now, and it's a black Range Rover. So obviously I listen to those who are winning in life, and I try to follow the blueprint, and I looked at his wrist, and I said,
little AP or something?
no, I said, what is that?
Right.
So it's a Hublot, it's a Big Bang, Black Magic. I said, oh, okay. Think I didn't go buy one?
Writing that down. I'm about to Google that
I swear to God, I bought the same watch that Jay-Z had.
That's how you got to do it.
Exactly. So now I just keep it smart, man. I just one car. I'm barely home. I'm always bag chasing. I went through having 6 cars. I had a Lambo, Bentley, a Gold, all that shit at one time. I sell my accountants one day when I came to New York, and he's like, yo, dog, you're never at home. Like, get rid of this shit.
Right.
And I got rid of it. So you live, you learn, you fall, you get back up. You make mistakes when you're young, you get back up and you learn from them. And when you learn from your mistakes, you don't ever have to worry about getting back down again because you know how that feels. So, I went through it all.
So you mentioned the blueprint with Jay-Z and just kind of following, you know, the guy, the people before you. Obviously, Jermaine has been so instrumental in your career, you know, growing up and even now, right? Like you got a line on the record, like, you know, I dropped my own shit. I couldn't wait for Jermaine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how, I guess, you know, instrumental is he in your music like today, like present day?
Very. Not from a production standpoint, but more from a calling the shot standpoint. It's like he used to be my Phil Jackson, and God rest his soul, but now he's like he's my Genie Bus, or he's my Magic Johnson. You know, he plays, he's up top now, and he just oversees everything.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like if he sees something, he'll call. Like for instance, when you know, with the G6, he saw me in Drama's interview, and he's like, "Yo, I think you should let Drama do the mixtape."
Right.
I was like, "Oh, I never thought about that." He said, "Yeah, I think you need to let Drama do it. You never did one."
Yeah.
And then he hung up the phone. I was like, that's a great
like
idea.
some Morpheus type shit, right?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So it's more of an idea standpoint or him giving me tips. It's like, okay, I see what you're doing. I'm gonna let him run, but if I see something, I'm gonna let you know.
Right. How crazy was it, like I said, growing up, right? Like, you know, you're this child star. You're working with JD. At that point, is it like, is he writing these bars? Because, you know, we see everything going on. Like, we talking about ghostwriters now, and everybody got ghostwriters. Like, what was that back then, right? Is JD, like, writing these bars?
Absolutely.
Is Bad writing these bars? Or like,
Absolutely. Jermaine.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the reason being is because I was young, and he should have been writing it. You know, 13-year-old kid, he should be writing it. You know, my pen game wasn't up to par yet. I really wasn't even writing. I didn't even know how to start. I didn't know how to count bars. So for me, I took that as a learning tool to learn how to write. Having Brat in there and various people taught me how to write. That's how I discovered my style. And, you know, I'm glad that I was able to have a guy that did that. I mean, we're talking about Jermaine Dupree, a man that has won Songwriter of the Year. Songwriter of the Year? What is he won?
That's the Hall of Fame. He's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Songwriter Hall of Fame, yeah.
Why not let him write?
That's a fact.
Then I learned, and as I got older, I started saying, okay, I got it now.
Yeah.
Start talking to the engineer, you start asking questions, you start learning, then you start doing interviews, you start seeing cats in hip-hop. Oh, if you don't write your shit, then you're not a real... It's like, okay, well, hold up. JD, listen, it would feel good for me to write some shit. And when I hold the mic out, they recite what I wrote. It'd just feel a little better.
Absolutely.
And it'd feel more organic to me. Yeah. And he started letting me get that opportunity when we did the basketball record with Fab. I wrote one verse and Jermaine wrote one. And that was it. It was golden.
Right. So now, like with JD, like there's always the discussion. Shout out to B-Dot. Me and B-Dot always kind of argue about JD's place in the producer top 10 all time and stuff like that. And it's crazy because like JD is underrated, bro. And I feel like, I guess you've kind of been dragged into that underrated circuit. Like when we talk about, you know, all time and legacy and all that shit, does that type of shit matter to you? Like, are you cognizant of that?
Not really. I try not to get too caught up in it. Because for me, I'm different. It's like you can't really compare me to a lot of things. And then also it's a lot of things that some of these guys that are out now that are doing their thing they'll never do what I've done. Like me and Jay-Z.
So that MSG, bro.
The most.
Oh, that's...
And I'm not from New York.
Crazy.
So you understand how tough that is?
Yeah.
Like I sold out Madison Square Garden 2 times in 1 year.
Crazy.
Like, that shit is amazing to me.
Absolutely.
And, you know, to know, like, yo, the world's most famous arena, you know, as a kid, you watch, you know, the same building that, like, I'm different, man. I take things in. Like, when I'm on tour, when I walk through MSG for the first time, I'm like, yo, this is where Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant.
Right.
I'm like, yo, this shit is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, some of the biggest games. I'm like, Pat, Michael Jordan came back in the 4-5 in this building. And you mean to tell me little old me sold this shit out 6 times? Like, it's amazing. Like, I don't even know. This is not a shot. You know, this is why I try not. Every time I say something,
it gets blown out. Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh, he said something about Drake, but as big as Drizzy is, Drake never did MSG. Not to my knowledge, I don't think so. Maybe Barclays, right?
Yeah, he did the Barclays.
Right? So it's like, to do Madison Square Garden in New York City in Manhattan.
That's a stat. That's like
is fucking incredible. So it's things like that I look at and I'm like, okay, I kind of agree now that you mentioned the whole legend or a GOAT thing, because these are things that we might not never see again. So you might have to crown that. Things that you might never see again that someone has accomplished. You got to just give props where it's due, no matter of my antics, no matter what I do on social. The work has been laid down, the foundation has been laid down, and that's something that no one can take away from me. So it's like, even though I might annoy you at times with my craziness,
right.
It's like underneath the craziness, it's the fucking body of work that's been done.
That's
so
a fact.
I don't see nobody. I'm not in competition with nobody. I love everything that's going on. But for me, I always feel like I'm competing with Little Bow Wow, because and I said this to Drama. I'm like, yo, I feel like I don't want people to take this the wrong way, but I feel like Kobe, 24 Kobe with no rings, and I got to compete with number 8 who got 3.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get 1. In my new phase.
What is it that you feel you have to do in this era, right? Because things
just be honest. For me, it's to be honest. I can't come out hibba. No, that's not me.
Right.
That's not what I do. I've never been an auto-tune heavy artist, so I'm not gonna touch auto-tune. What I'm gonna do is, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be current. But now that I'm grown, I'm just gonna give you my story.
Right.
Because there's not a lot of artists that are giving you real. Like, we got vibe music, we got turn-up music, but we only get it from like maybe what? 3 people, with Dave, Cole, Kendrick.
Right.
It's a million rappers in the business.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's sounding the same. It's like, for me, I want to automatically, if I go in the direction I'm going to go in, automatically, I'm thinking, shit, you can't deny good music. They're going to automatically put me in that realm of that, because that's just what it is. Like, I was just telling me and Wiz, like, I'm older than Wiz Khalifa.
That's crazy.
Like, and that's
crazy.
my boy. We all in this, me, Snoop, and him in the same group chat, but I'm older than Wiz.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think I'm older than Big Sean.
Right.
I think I might be older than J. Cole.
Right. I think Cole might have you beat.
By 1 year?
By 1 year.
Okay, by 1 year. So it's like, at this point in my life, Bow Wow should be telling us about his life.
Yeah.
He done went through so much shit, from death row to this, to that, and the third. Give us your story.
So, but like for me, right? So like I'm 29. So like I said, I bought the year.
I'm older than you.
I bought the album. You know what I'm saying? I had that album. Like, facts. You feel me? So I understand what it is. But when you see like the generations have changed so crazy, right? Like the younger guys, like I saw Trippie Redd out here kind of getting at you on some, like, you ain't repping Ohio or whatever. But like I remember the Bad Weezy, Prince of the Old Town. Like I remember
he was and this is not a shot, but this is like just facts. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know if he was born when I put my first album out.
Right.
And this is not even, no diss, no shot. This is facts.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how old he is. I don't know if he remember my first album with the Tim Couch jersey on.
Facts.
I don't know if he remembers, me selling out Nationwide Arena. I don't know nobody else from Columbus, Ohio, who sold out every arena in the city.
Yeah.
Me, I did that.
Absolutely.
LeBron did that.
Right. Right.
In high school, he came and sold out all the arenas in Ohio, speaking of LeBron. And I did that.
Yeah. Well, does that bother you, right? Like,
No.
the new generation has
No.
this perception of you that's
No,
different than the
no,
entire
because
body?
they don't know.
Yeah.
They uneducated. 2 different weight classes. Snoop found me. No one found these guys. These new cats are coming out their bedrooms with the MacBook
Right.
and a microphone. That's why when they get in the game, they good for maybe 8-9 months and a year, and they gone. They don't have the guidance. I got the cheat code. I got Puff.
Talk about it.
I got JD.
Yeah.
I got Snoop.
Facts.
I can pull up the Puff House like nothing and get game.
Right.
And it's because of the foundation that's laid. So I can't fault Trippie for not knowing or, listening to the city or trying to come at me to gain clout. He should do that.
Yeah. But even outside of Trippie, right? Like, we've seen, like, Bow Wow's kind of transition, like, on the internet space, right? Like, where everyone's, like, they trying to give you L's and point out everything you doing. Yeah. Like, are you, like I said, because I know you say, you're not really tuned into the social too crazy. But I know, the homies around you and the people, that type of shit, like, get to you when they trying to, like, Bow Wow's taking L's, and how do you feel?
I smoke L's.
Facts.
I feel like I'm smoking one right now.
That's a fact.
I feel like it's some weed in my cigar.
You know what I mean?
I think this is the longest I ever smoked one of these motherfuckers before.
Right.
But it doesn't bother me, and I'm real. I can admit to my fuck ups, but when I fuck up, I always correct the fuck up. Like the Bow Wow challenge.
Right.
I let the whole world go crazy on me, right, for 2 weeks.
Facts. That was crazy, bro.
50 Cent, Snoop, Chance the Rapper. I mean, Meek hit me. Coming to Starlets tonight, everything on me. Listen, I remember everything, right? I remember But little did they know, my little ass was sitting in my basement of my house watching UFC fights. It was like a UFC marathon going. I was just watching UFC fights, right?
Yeah, unbothered.
So unbothered. I'm looking at my pool looking so beautiful. The trees.
Right.
You know, I'm just relaxing. You know, I was single at that time. None of none of my honeys was tripping.
Yeah, right?
Listen, the thing with me is as long as you don't touch my bread, as long as my bank account is right, I don't give a fuck what you say about me. Yeah. You know, and I always measure my hate to other hate. Donald Trump gets hate.
He does. Donald Trump definitely.
You know, when LeBron left Cleveland, that was hate.
Right.
This shit is entertainment that I do.
Okay.
You know, and what people fail to realize is I'm not just a rapper, I'm also an actor. So you can't just come at me like, oh, it's just rap. Like, no, nigga, I can take a joke. I make comedy movies. I do this. Like, I'm different. So for me, it didn't hurt at all. And I just said, okay, players fuck up.
Right. Players fuck up.
Players fuck up. I like the picture. I posted it. I did it.
Right.
But don't act like I never chartered a plane before, never been on one before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think I put Sierra on her first private plane.
Facts? Is that facts?
Possibly.
I like
so
that.
for me, it's like, don't act like I can't go do it.
Right.
Because I can, but I don't have to prove nothing to nobody.
Why you was over flexing though, like with the whole, you know what I'm saying?
I just seen Game put up a picture, a room full of money. If you go to Game's page, and he said move. I'm not really hip to this. I just found out what the magnifying glass mean. My girl told me it's the Explorer page. I used to say it's the Discovery.
Right.
I don't know, the Discover thing. It's a magnify. She said, baby, it's the Explorer page. I'm like, okay, well that. So I'm like, I don't know how to put move pick. That was my pick. I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. I am flying. But I like this picture better than the Delta plane. So I'm going to put this motherfucker up, and boom. Right. And then, you know, when I got to New York, I was doing press for Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. It went viral, it went crazy. And still to this day, I didn't feel no effect. But then I said, okay, I got to own this shit. How do I own this L, but turn this L into a W?
Facts.
I'm smart. A true hustler never believes that he can never lose at anything. You must always believe in life you can win at anything that you do. So for me, I'm very, very creative. And I said, okay, I was fronting on the gram. How many times do my boys come to my house, take my Jordans, sit by them, take pictures,
let me hold that rollie real quick.
Brand new J's.
Right.
All that, let me try your Rolex on real quick. Real quick, I'm like, for what? It's corny. Just let me do it. And they do it.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting and I'm like, wait a minute, oh shit.
Right.
Motherfuckers Bow Wow challenge every day. This is a show.
Right.
Yo, we got to do a show where I bust motherfuckers that be fronting like they got it on the internet, but they really don't have it.
Yeah.
So Mona Scott calls me.
Now you talking bag talk.
She's like, yo, you ever thought about doing a Bow Wow challenge show? I'm like, no. She said, no. You got to own this shit. You got to own this.
Right.
I said, okay, hold on one second. I'll call Anthony Zucker. That's the creator of CSI. You know, I did CSI for 2 seasons.
Absolutely.
That's my guy. We're talking about a $500 million man. He created CSI. I call him. I say, yo, AZ. He goes, what's up? One of the coolest guys I know, right? You would think he's black, I swear to God. Like, the creator of CSI
he's just like,
he's black.
Yeah.
Anthony is my guy.
Right.
But Anthony is black.
Right.
Listen, there's no doubt. Like, I know a lot of CSI fans right now are like, what?
Walking out, right? Like,
yo, Anthony's one of the coolest dudes I know. Got a Maybach. He just sent me a picture of him like, yo, I gotta go check my gram. I just got the new Maybach. This is how he talks. This is how the creator of CSI talks. Yo, I got that ain't shit, Bow. You got the little rollie. I got the big boy rollie. This is Sky Dweller. You think you do? No, and this is my guy, right? So I bring him in. I bring him on board, and just to show you how far-fetched he was, he didn't even know who Mona was. Right?
He's gone.
But then he did his homework and said, oh shit, she's big time. So I put them in a room together. So here I got one of the most powerfulest black women in television, who basically runs VH1.
Facts, all the way.
Then I have Anthony Zucker, who is a $500 million man who never has to work a day. He has CSI. Right? So I put them together because he loves me so much, and I said, yo, let's do this show together. And we pitched the show, and it worked, and we got a home for it. I can't name it right now. I'll tell you once the cameras go off. but we got a home for it, and I'll start filming next month. So I turned the L into a W.
Listen, man, if y'all don't learn from that, that's how you turn an L into a bag.
Now, there's certain L's you can't turn around, though.
Like what?
Like if they're real life L's.
Real life L's.
Yeah, like if you got a life L and they trade you for a real life L, like then it's kind of hard to come back from real life shit.
That's a fact.
But if it's a joke and you slipped up and you fucked up, you can come back from that.
Right. All right. So the real life shit, right? Like I said, you've been this star since a kid. You know, stardom comes with a whole lot of women. That comes with groupies and all type of shit.
Right.
And I know you had a line on the song where it was like, yo, if she make it past the lobby, she gonna
signing
have
a
to
statement.
She gonna have, you making girls sign NDAs?
I say and if she make it past the lobby, and she's signing a statement because these hoes out here attacking cats who famous. You see Russell and the Weinsteins, I'm not catching them cases.
Facts.
That's facts.
So how is that, right? Like knowing like we're in the era where everything is, you know, this is the Me
real
Too
life
era. Like this is,
you know what?
You do say something wrong.
I'm a real smoker, man. We don't need matches for these big boy cigars. We need a nice lighter, man.
Got a lighter in here? We don't cut that.
We need a night. Oh, there we go. See, he got the big boy lighter. That's what we need. This is respectful. That's disrespectful.
Yeah. A little big kid like the big one.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how to use this motherfucker. It turned colors. Look at that shit.
Look at that, man.
Oh, this expensive. You expensive.
Cigar Talk, man. Shout out to Cigar Talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Where was we at?
Yeah. Nah, so I'm saying is like, yo, listen, like you've had these groupies and. You know,
right.
An era where it's like, yo, anything that you say or do is magnified 100%. How does that kind of play into where you're at in the space in your life?
Well, now I got a lady, so it's even harder because anything could look crazy. Mm-hmm. But for me, I always learn from other people's mistakes. Right. And I know I can't handle that type of pressure. I can handle people talking about me, joking. That's nothing. But what I can't handle is real life pressure, and then you joking about some shit that's real. Right. You know, these girls are slick. You know, one thing that I do, well, what I used to do, I used to have, I really did have statements. Yeah. Like, absolutely. Like, if you come party, and it's not just because of who I am, but it's also to save you. Like, if you come to my suite right after my club appearance or after the concert, and everyone has their phones out, you might work, your boss might be a Fortune 500 guy. Absolutely. Right? And you're on Bow Wow's page, and let's say you're drinking, and you're twerking, and you're doing something. Well, I got a lot of followers. What if your boss has a kid or a daughter who follows Bow Wow? Absolutely. You're like, yo, is that my fucking assistant right there? So it's for everyone's safety. It's so that you don't get in trouble. I don't get in trouble. And it's so hard to hold things sacred nowadays with social media. Everybody wants to share every fucking thing. You know, you see girls getting that, girl,
everywhere.
Don't even be with you. You just, I'm out, he's right here. Right. And it's like, you got to be careful. Then you know how many times I've seen celebrities get taking pictures of them while they're sleeping in hotel rooms, and the girl will be able to just snap them. Like, I've seen some shit with so many people. And it's so embarrassing, man. You don't want to get caught up like that. Like, it's just so embarrassing. And so for me, I just don't want to go through that. And it's just like, I just don't trust these girls nowadays. Right. I don't DM. My DM is full of like clubs and bookings and artists. Yeah. Like I'm terrified of this shit. Right. I'm terrified. So I don't fuck around.
All right, so let me know, we got the last, I want to know about this. We saw you had the title of the album was called like Etiquette, right? Like suicide spelled backwards.
Yeah, this motherfucker right.
Is it you straight? Let me see, make sure you, hold on, yeah, get the size, get the.
Motherfucker won't light.
Nah, hold on, yeah. You can get the joint upstairs. She gonna bring back another light.
Okay, that's cool. Come on.
But
it's pretty, Gary.
It look good, yeah. It look good though. It look good, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Where that original one at? I like it though. I
challenged the lighter. He said it didn't look good. But I know. But I'm saying is like you, like I said, is with everything going on. You got this Etiquette album. We saw the title, right? Like suicide spelled backwards. And you know, I know you had this line where it's like, yo, I'm too rich to be depressed. But I figure like, yo, out of everything.
Watch yourself.
Oh. Do I hold on? Let's open this first. Or press the button. Is it gonna pop open?
Yep. Oh, it's the big boy.
Whoa!
Big boy. That's the big boy right there.
I like this one.
That's the big boy right there.
This the one right here, Gary.
Yeah. Don't burn your nose.
Shout out to Gary, man. Shout out to Gary over here with the lighter. You know what I'm saying? Gary with the lighter.
It's the lighter.
That's the big boy right there. Oh my.
Right. So, but like I said, you have this new project that you titled Etiquette, right?
Right.
Suicide spelled backwards.
Correct.
And we always see kind of in the media, these stories of just like people, the childhood stars. Like, it's just hard to kind of grow up because you don't live a normal life.
Right.
Have you ever, I guess, felt that? Like just the thoughts of suicide, or like what's this?
I always lived a normal life. Even when I became Bow Wow. Even when I was famous, I still played rec ball.
Yeah.
I never allowed who I was to stop me from doing things in life that made me happy. And I needed those things, Those things keep me grounded. And but I think as I got older, you deal with pressure. Like I was just telling somebody, imagine this. If your house goes on for like under foreclosure, right?
Yeah.
None of us is gonna know. You'll get away with it. It's okay. You, your family, that's cool.
Right.
If Bow Wow house,
So TMZ tomorrow,
it's everywhere. You walk in the club, girls on, no
they ain't
bitch.
trying to get in your section.
He ain't got no house.
Right.
It's like it's different pressure. You know what I mean? Your car get repoed. It's okay.
Right.
My shit get repoed. You'll be asking me about that on one of these questions.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like it's different pressure you deal with. It's the light is always on you. When you go outside and there's been times where I just want to eat a meal and people walk up on me. Like it's different pressure. It's a different line of pressure. And you got people that don't have nothing at all, that don't know how to get the next meal, don't know how they're gonna pay their rent. And that's a different type of pressure. I look at this. Pressure is fucking pressure.
Right.
You get rich, you have $100 million, expect a lot of bullshit. You're gonna pay more in taxes, that shit can stress you out. You're gonna have people asking for shit that stress you out. Everybody think you got it. It's just a lot. People come out the woodworks, everybody asking for something. It's like, yo, pause button.
Right.
Like, get the fuck away. Like, it can be a lot. And then you just turn to, like in Vegas, they don't have balconies in the hotels. Because people used to jump off that shit. Like, you know how many like multi-millionaires I've seen like committed suicide because
them stock market guys.
Oh my God, I had $400 million in it, and it's gone.
Right.
And it's not the end of the world, but it's a lot of pressure, man, and people don't understand that. People that don't have it always say, well, if I had it, I would be okay. Not knowing, no, if you had it, it's so much fucking pressure. It's pressure. Right. It's pressure, man.
So, all right, so the idea of like just like people, right? Like we all attain, right? Everyone wants to be a millionaire and feel like, yo, once I get that M, my problems is good. Like I'm straight. I ain't gonna feel. Does it feel like that? Like what is it?
Fuck no.
Nah.
You have a baby. Say you don't want to be with the woman. Here comes child support, right? That $200 million you got. Oh my God. Let me explain something to you.
Top a third, right?
Yo, listen. Let me explain something to you, man.
Right. Talk about it. Cigar
Yo,
Talk, man.
listen, man.
Yeah.
Yo, when you gotta cough up them bank statements and that judge go through all through your shit and throw that shit in that thing. I don't know how New York does, but in LA they throw that shit in that number, and that number, the machine tells you what you gonna pay. $200 million.
Oh my God.
You might be giving her $75,000 a month. Now this is a woman that you don't even want no more. She's not in your life. You done moved on, got a new babe. You love her.
Right.
But this motherfucker gets $35 grand on the first and another fucking $35,000 or $36,000 on the 15th, and you're like, oh, and you watch her buy all kind of Gucci bags,
Right.
take
Nails
trips.
lit.
Oh man, she got a new dude. She done got a new dude. Of course, he got money.
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
he got Louboutin.
yeah. It's like, why are you doing me like this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might have like that 1 year where you just business might be dry. Right. You look up, you done gave her $2 or $3 million fucking dollars. It's like, it's crazy. So the pressure, the more you make, the more you're gonna dish out.
So do you feel that same pressure musically though? Like,
No, the music is fun.
Okay.
The music is fun. It's just the shit like that could fuck with you a little bit. Like, okay, or you're like, for instance, I had a porn star sue me for $80,000.
What?
Because
What you mean?
look, he turned around for this.
The crowd just went crazy.
I had a.
So how long do you know Donald?
Oh man, like I had a not even. But I had a porn star sue me for $80,000 because a fan made a mashup video with one of my original videos and found her video, right? And she wasn't doing nothing crazy. It was like a sexy video, right? Wasn't naked at all. it matched her video with my video.
Yeah.
Now the stripper, now the porn star doesn't know who made it. She just sees my face in the video.
It automatically threw that on
The
you.
bitch comes right to me.
Right.
I'm like, wait a minute, bitch, I'm not no editor. I don't know how to make, I can perform in front of a camera and make a video, but I don't edit the video. I don't know how to do this shit.
Right.
She won the case. I had to pay her.
The case?
And you wanna know what's even crazy about this?
Yeah.
She's not even a U.S. citizen. She's never even been to the U.S. She lives in Paris, France, and she won the case.
Oh, I'm about to sue somebody.
Now, do you see what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Right with you to war.
Right. So that's how it. That's how.
Now, mind you, never saw her tits,
Yeah.
never seen her naked.
Yeah.
I never touched her. I'm like, for $80,000, shit, you need to use some of that money. I'm paying you, fly over here. You need to come
do something.
lay on my lap or something. You need to 80 grand.
Right.
Like, get the fuck out of here. And then on top of that, you spend money and it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
So Biggie was right. More money, more problems. I mean, that's one of the best quotes that somebody could ever have. It was to me, that's the greatest quote. So simple, but it's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So last, I know you guys got to get out of here. You're a busy man, but we just kind of wanted to get all the bases covered. Obviously, the situation with you and Chris, that was another standout that everybody kind of pulled out of the Drunk Off Ciroc record. And I know I was watching the drama interview, and I don't know. Like you said, I thought it was interesting. Kind of, you said nothing really happened with you guys, but the relationship dynamic kind of changed. I mean, do you just attribute that to like
Life.
Industry shit, or is it just like
Life. My man had his first child.
Yeah.
You know, you never know how that feels as a person having their first child. And of course, we all know what Brown has been through in his life.
But that's your man though. Like that was
Exactly.
You know
No, still is.
Yeah.
But he lives in L.A. I live in Atlanta, opposite sides of the country. My man is navigating through life. He has a daughter. You know, once kids involved, not that you don't have time for your friends no more, but it's like, when you go through so much, and he's been under the microscope, life takes its turns, you look up, you're like, damn, what happened? My daughter never met his daughter, they never had a play date, nothing.
Yeah.
So it was almost like what happened? Even though nothing happened, but it's like, what happened? But I just seen Chris like 4 or 5 months ago at Snoop's spot. Snoop had like an 80s party and we was all there.
Was it love? Like,
Yeah, it was love.
vibe?
It was love. The only thing that we said was, bye.
That's when somebody your man's though, that's like
True,
good,
but
my nigga, like, what's-
absolutely,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
it's like it's not weird. It's just we're just in different spaces. But I could never beef with him. I could never hate him because we made so much money together. We have so many cherishable moments, homeboy moments.
I mean, but does it bother you the space that you're in? Like, I guess.
No, I don't think about it. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But as I was doing that record, and I was like, yo, I want this shit to come from the heart. I really want to write something real.
Right.
As I was writing these bars, it just came like, damn. Like, I don't really, what happened to my bro? Like, what the fuck? It's almost like dust. It's like where did it go? Like,
Right.
what happened? It's just,
Yeah.
and it's nothing but a talk, and I just think that we're both grown men, and, and we're both navigating through life. I just think life just, But he's gonna always be my guy, though.
All right.
Chris is gonna always be my boy, for sure.
Absolutely. All right. So, like I said, we looking forward to this Green Light 6, man.
That's all the questions?
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
That's
I know y'all
everything?
said y'all gotta go. We still got more, but
I got, like,
you know
time
what
for
I'm
2 more?
I didn't know y'all had.
All right, I got time for 2
you
more.
got time? All right. Cigar Talk. I mean, we pull up now.
Because see, this is not an interview.
good.
This is what I'm
It's
saying. Like,
chilling.
yeah,
I'm
like
saying we
this is what I say.
vibing.
The camera's just rolling. Like we'll be having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I don't do interviews.
Yeah.
People took that out of context. Don't ask me. So explain how Snoop discovered you. It's like, no, nigga. I've been saying that a million fucking times.
Right.
It feels like an interview instead of a conversation. I want to talk to people that want to have a conversation. I feel like people are more engaged in that. People would love to just. And when they watch this interview, people probably gonna smoke their cigar, smoke their weed,
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
and just do this and just watch it.
Yeah.
I feel like this is where interviews should go to.
Absolutely. All right, so we mentioned the acting portion of Bow Wow, right? Like we got the role bounce CSI. Like when you navigated into the acting space, was that like a big transition, right? Like was it just like from rap going into acting, and you're making successful movies, dog? It ain't like B movies,
No,
right?
because the first movie was Like Mike, right? No, the first movie was Carmen with Beyonce and Mos Def.
Okay, I remember that. I do remember
But
that.
Like Mike was the one, and
Calvin
how
Cambridge,
and
shout
how,
out to Calvin.
yeah, and how it happened was
Right?
I already knew how to play ball.
Yeah.
So they said, oh, it's about a kid discovers these magic shoes. Michael, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm from, is this straight to DVD?
Right.
Like, I don't know, like, what do you mean a movie? Like,
right.
I mean, this can't be like a theater movie, right? No, that was like 20th Century Fox. It was a big deal. I had to move to LA. I'm like, whoa, shit. Put me up at the Beverly Wilshire. I'm shooting this movie, meeting all of these NBA players and stuff like that. I had no idea, but once I got into it, I didn't know at the time that I unlocked another hustle. That if rap didn't work, I had something to fall back on.
Facts.
My next movie came fast. It was Johnson Family's Vacation. I jumped right into it.
Yeah.
Mind you, I never had an acting coach. I never had acting experience. I stepped on, never know how to read a script. I thought that I had to memorize the whole fucking script.
Like everybody parts you, like, yo, that's you, that's your...
No, like I thought we were gonna shoot the whole movie in one day and I had to remember this whole fucking Bible of work.
Right.
Like I had no coaching.
Right.
I stepped in raw. And I think that's what I needed. Like when you don't know how to swim, they say they throw you in there.
You gonna figure it out.
And I figured that shit out. And it was such a breeze when I said, I've been trying to study this whole thing. And I remember the first AD said, no, Val, we go day by day. You don't have to memorize the whole entire script.
Right.
We'll let you know on Tuesday what we're filming, Wednesday you'll get a schedule. It's like you can prepare for that day, for that role, for whatever scene.
Do you got to audition for these? Because, I mean, you're Bow Wow, so is it just like,
you wanna know,
we want
know a true story?
Audition? Yeah.
All right. The only movie that I auditioned for was Roll Bounce. I knew I had the role already. They brought me into Chicago just to watch me.
Yeah.
They wanted just to see if I had it. And I never knew how to cry. Like I said, I had no teacher.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when that light came on,
You was on it?
I cried like a motherfucker.
Right.
It just came and I surprised myself, right? I had to audition for that, but I pretty much had the role already. I auditioned for Fast and Furious. I didn't audition. We was on tour. Our show was at Universal, and there's a Universal movie. They heard I was there. They called me. They sent a golf cart over, drove me over. I met Justin Lin at the time, and said, I want to cast you as Twinkie. I said, done deal. When I wrap up this tour, let's do it.
Yeah.
And we did it. Johnson on Vacation, didn't have to. The weirdest role was Medea. Because when Jermaine at the time was talking to Miss Jan, I call her Miss Jan.
Yeah.
We was talking to Jan at the time. We were at her concert in Atlanta, and Tyler Perry was there. She was just doing the first. I forgot what movie she did.
One of the
the Tyler Perry movie. She did the first one.
Yeah.
And Tyler was backstage, and this is right after I did Lottery Ticket. I did not audition for that either. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute, Tyler Perry. All right, closed mouth, don't get fed. Hey, yo, I went right up to Tyler. I said, yo, listen, I'm like the hottest young black actor right now. Like,
hold on, what year was this? Was this like...
I'm high. Are they supposed to make you high?
Yeah. They supposed to make you feel good. We lit right now. Shout out to Cigar Talk,
put that motherfucker down.
You know what I mean?
But, yeah, man, I told him right to his face, I said, yo, look, dog, I got this. Okay, all right. So I'm in LA, I get a call from my boy. My boy's like, yo, can you make it to the Four Seasons in Beverly Hills? I'm like, yeah, I can make. Why, what's up? Now they doing this table read for Tyler's new movie. You know, you should go over there and just, read this part. They ain't got nobody to read for it. Yeah. I'm like, I don't waste my fucking time. Like, am I gonna get the role? Like, I want to just go fucking read and then they hire somebody else. Like, what the fuck is going on?
That's a fact.
So we go in there. Notori is in there. And mind you, we just did Lottery Ticket together. I don't know who's in the room. I'm like, Notori, oh my God, we're about to do another movie together.
Right.
Like we just did Lottery Ticket, we're going back to back. And so I'm reading the role, and all of a sudden when we're done doing the casting, they're like, so in Atlanta, in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna be calling you today. I was like, so what? Yeah. Also, I got the role all because of the table read. And I remember, being in Tyler's face and letting him know, and he kept me in mind. So to everybody out there, when you a new artist or you trying to get in the game, don't be afraid to walk into somebody and say how you feel if it's, if you feel that way about your craft. Yeah. Because somebody will always keep you in mind. Right. And he remembered, and he saw I was in LA and said, let him come read his role. And that's how I got Byron. Yeah. And I ended up working with Tyler Perry, and it came true.
That's crazy. Are acting checks, is the bag like bigger than rap checks?
You ready to laugh?
Let me know.
Absolutely. And the thing about acting is, it's corporate, it's real business. Yeah. So the check is coming on time. Right. Like CSI, like
2 to 3 business
oh
days.
My God, like yo,
you know what I mean?
Like CSI was amazing. I mean, every week.
Bag hitting.
And I'm the type of person I like to feel good.
Right.
So even on my off days, like say if I didn't have to work that day, I knew it was Tuesday. I get in my car, drive to set, pull on that lot, take that check, go right to the bank and put it in every week.
You gotta
loved
put it
it.
yourself. You can't go to the
No,
machine.
I gotta do it. No, I do it to the machine.
Oh,
Put
you
it right in the
want to
machine and go right in. So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, with rap, you know, you don't know how the fuck your money's coming. It's like, you know, you gotta hope you get booked. You gotta hope you get a show. You might not get booked at all in 31 days. You might not have made no money in a month.
Right.
You feel me? But you still got bills going out with. It's a hustle. Rap is a hustle. Whereas that's a confirmed check. That's like a high paid 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know, so I love that.
You's on that.
Oh my God.
That's a fact.
Absolutely.
All right. So we almost done. I know Bow got to run, so we want to kind of get to wrap it up. We got a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
So, well, the first one, this one right here, this is just for the homies. Like the homies want me to, they wanted me to ask this because, like I said, is Bow, you've been on for a while, right?
Correct.
We've seen the track record with the amount of ladies that you know what I mean, that you
Correct.
had, and the tour stories and all that good stuff. You gotta kind of give us one of these like these tour stories with the women, or maybe the Bow Wow's first threesome or something. We gotta get the listeners need to know this shit because you, like I said, we know what's
Okay.
up, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll give you.
Give us something, baby.
I'll give you one.
Yeah, give me.
I was in Geneva, Switzerland. One of the best places you can buy a watch. One of the best places. If you're a watch collector or a watch buyer, one of the
Swiss joint.
best cities
That's a fact.
you can go buy a watch. I mean, it is amazing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm staying at the Mandarin Oriental. I think there's a Mandarin Oriental, right? So I'm at the Mandarin Oriental, I believe, and this is years ago. And there's this girl, man, she was so bad, right? So bad.
She's sweet. She's like a Swedish joint.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Super bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Listen,
say
a Switzerland joint. You know what I'm saying? We get it right. We had a couple dudes say. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
So I'm in the room,
Yeah.
and you know I'm with this girl, and I really don't understand like what the fuck she's saying, and this is not a Bow Wow challenge, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, this is
fact.
straight real.
And so you know we having sex,
Yeah.
and she's really aggressive.
Like too aggressive. Like it's just.
Yo,
it's
I
kinda
mean,
fucking with you.
yo, I'm on top.
Yeah. And what's she doing?
It's like harder. Harder.
Voices.
No, she's telling me harder.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? It's like harder. I'm like, I don't even like really talk
Right.
while sex.
I was going down. Yeah.
Harder. I'm on top. She's like, harder.
Oh, she slapped you.
In my face, like, I'm like, yo, listen, bitch, you done crossed the line now. Let me explain something to you. This how this gonna go. She's like, yeah, smack me back.
Ooh.
I'm like, yo, wait a minute.
She on that type of time. She on that type of
I'm
time.
like, yo, like, you want me to slap you?
Sign this real quick, will
She's
you?
like, slap me. She's like, slap me hard.
Right.
Slap me hard. I'm like, now this is definitely some European shit.
Right.
Because if you slap a woman like this in America, either when you go to jail, it's over, right?
It's a wrap.
She's like, slap me. She's clawing my back.
Yeah.
She slaps me again. I say, listen, bitch, you got one more motherfucking time to slap me like that, and I'm going to give you what you asked for.
Right.
If this is what turns you on, I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah.
Do it. Slap me. That bitch slapped me one more time. Sorry. You asked for it. She loved it. Yes. I'm like, yo, this is the craziest shit I've ever been through in my life. I ain't like, yo, it's like the most violent, most abusive sex ever in life. What the fuck is going on? And it was, it wowed me out. It was like one of the weirdest, craziest experiences ever. And that was the last time I seen her. And I haven't seen her since.
Yo, make sure when y'all go to Sweden, you slapping all of them.
No.
That's what they like. Oh, I'm going Switzerland. I know I'm still going Sweden. Switzerland. You gotta make sure that's.
I've been to Sweden, but yeah, that was like the most wildest, like, on tour shit ever. Like, that shit was crazy.
Right.
Like,
all right, that's dope. That's dope. I like that. That was a fire story. All right. So here's my last one. I want to change directions a little bit. This one's a little more serious, right?
Okay.
Now, I know I listen to you speak, and I always think it's interesting, man. Like, I guess the dynamics of like when we talk, because hip hop is so global, right? Like,
correct.
It's everywhere. Just every race and demographic is into it now. And I know I heard you say on, I guess, one interview or something like, I guess you never personally experienced racism, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting.
I have.
Oh, you have? Oh.
Not to like an extent of, I think it was like a topic that was going on like years ago. I remember I was in Australia. Yeah. But I think we all have,
right,
in a way. I think that I don't know, man. To me, I just have an open mind. Like, I don't see color. I don't see anything. Like, I don't know, man. It's just weird to me. Like, just certain things. Like, for instance, like Black Planet, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's like, I don't get that. Because then us black folks, we could be sensitive at times when it comes to racism. It's like, okay, well, BET, Black Entertainment Television, what if it was WET? Oh, we'll be mad as fuck.
Absolutely.
Oh, but whoa. We'll be so mad. So for me, it's just like, I don't see color. I don't really see that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really see it. I think we've all been a part of it in some way. What's crazy is just the other day I was in the Hollywood Hills. I had a black woman come out. My friend was renting this mansion, and it was a black woman that came out and told us, "Y'all look like y'all don't need to even be up here."
Yeah.
A black woman.
Wow. She owned the spot?
No, fuck no.
Right.
But she was like the Airbnb manager for this, $30 million mansion.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, well, bitch, you can't afford it. What the fuck are you talking about? Right. Yeah, we way closer than you.
That's a fact.
And and this just happened a couple days ago. And I was like, wow, like this is crazy. Like this, my own kind just came out here and just told all of us that we don't even belong up here.
But I mean, I just mean in the sense of
go ahead.
I mean, well, I just meant like, do you see it like, because like I said, you're Bow Wow, right? So
yeah.
I guess people look at you differently, right? There's you, the person, and then there's the specter of who you are. Do you kind of feel like that kind of dynamic changes based off of just like the person you are, like in regards to kind of race? In a way.
And I think that's probably why I said I don't see it.
Yeah.
And I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
We're South. That's, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? We're I'm not saying me, but as far as Georgia, they voted Trump in.
Yeah.
This is Georgia.
Right.
For me, the reason why I said that is because I've been pulled over by white cops before, and they've had kids. Oh, like Mike. Oh man, we love you, man. About you don't need this.
Right.
We'll let you go.
Yeah.
We'll let you go. You don't need it. And so for me, that's why I said, well, I haven't really seen it like that, And I try my best to abide by the law so I don't get caught up in any tricky situations. You know what I'm saying? If I'm try to do the speed limit, I just try to do shit the right way. I let her smoke weed, but I know not to smoke and drive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I get put over while I'm smoking a blunt, cop got all the reason to fuck with me in the world. I'm in the wrong. I'm not. So, I just abide by the rules, man. I learned that. Like, I just do shit the right fucking way. Like, even when it comes to flat, I hate to watch my young rap peers show all of this fucking cash on Instagram. Like, the IRS doesn't watch this shit.
Absolutely.
Like, it annoys me that that some of my peers are not educated as far as having good credit, putting the money in the bank, investing it, get a fucking American Express card. You know what I'm saying? Build your credit, get it right. And it's just, it's fucked up. But that's why I said I don't.
Yeah.
See it, because I just abide by the fucking rules. I just play by the rules. I just play by the book.
Yeah.
And that's why I haven't been to jail, knock on wood. I don't plan on going no time soon or nothing like that. But I just like it's rules. I just follow the rules.
Right.
That's
a fact, man. Listen, yo, this was a dope ass episode, man. I'm so glad we got a chance to come sit down with you.
My interview's better than Jermaine's interview.
Talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, his shit was boring.
Elliot, you hear that? B-Dot, you hear that? I don't know.
Hey,
now I'm talking that talk.
His interview was so boring. I love the setup. I love the black and white.
Right.
I love it. But his interview ain't nothing like this shit.
Hey, shout out to Cigar Talk, man.
Yeah, our interview got to be in black and white too.
Black and white?
Black and white this shit.
We gonna do it.
Make this a classic. It's too much bullshit going on
It's a lot of bullshit. Bow Wow asked for black and white. It's gonna be black and white. Listen, man, I'm very appreciative of you coming through, man.
Nah, man, thank you. I
appreciate you, dog. Last one, like when is the album or the project coming out? Like I said, we got the Green Light 6.
Yeah, the G6. Woof. It's impossible, but I wanted to put it out on April 27th.
April? Why? Is that
it's my daughter's birthday. I was aiming to do it then, but because it's a little close, and I've been running around promoting and doing everything, it's probably looking like the second week of May. And then the album sometime in the summertime.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
All right, well, we looking forward to that, man. Listen, man.
Thank you, man.
Make sure we gonna listen to this music at Rap Radar and push it, man. Like I said, this is
You will be
this is
happy.
a legend right here,
It's
man.
gonna
We
be
looking
crazy.
forward to this. I got my man Bow Wow. We caught a lot of gems, a lot of good stories.
Man.
My G.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, dog.
No doubt, no
Hey,
doubt.
It's Rap Radar. I'm Najee, Cigar Talk.
Yeah,
Signing out.
absolutely.